Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. It's a pleasure to see you. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and thank you for being here if you're here. Thank you for watching if you're on the rewatch. So today we are going to be reacting to the pure trolling of Diabetic grocery haul with prices on Miss Chantal Marie's channel. Now, she made sure to put a ton of chocolate in the thumbnail because, you know, girl wants to rage bait. But in terms of the consequences of her having a ton of chocolate in the house, I know a lot of people say it, but when she drinks poison, we don't die. So you can enjoy the views, Chantal, but is it gonna lead to a good place for you? Probably not, but we'll get into that later. So she's had a food delivery. You can tell from how all these bags are tied up that she hasn't gone to the store herself. It's just been delivered in, and that she's been to two different supermarkets, because one's whatever this blue supermarket is. Is it Carrefour? No, it doesn't look like Carrefour. And the other one is Lulu's, which is a supermarket I go to quite a lot. You know how you have girl math, boy math? This is Chantal math. She wants to save money, I guess, by going for deals at different ones, but then she'll pay 2 delivery charges. Budgeting with Chantal is always an interesting experience. Okay, so let's get into the video, and remember, dire situation, incredibly high blood sugars, plate of mashed potato, the whole lead up water fast that came into this video, shall we? Oh, and I believe, actually, I don't know if comments are on again. I know that she was raging a little in comments and just all the support she asked for, she then had some words about when people were judging this grocery haul, so I'm guessing comments are on now, but I didn't check to see if she's turned them off again. I'm sure it's coming.
Hi guys, I have another grocery haul for you. So a little bit of a stock up here, but this is going to be healthier, diabetic friendly food.
We shall see.
So let's get into it. Let's unpack this. Excuse me. Are you gonna help me? No, you're lazy.
I wonder if that cat's been to the vet yet. I'm guessing not.
Pretty girl. Okay, so this is number one. This is my things in the groceries.
Before she goes into this, I just want to say, since when have they had her and his things in separate things like this? Occasionally you'll get a product that she doesn't like the mortadella in the can, and she'll say, oh, Salah wanted this. But they don't usually do his and hers groceries, and if you are rightly sus about this, I agree with you.
For my new diet, I guess, the way I'm going to try to eat. So these are just some top-up things. I still have a lot of fruits and veggies in my fridge and some fish and that in the freezer, some meat. So here we go. And then I'll show you what Salah got.
Salah, they ordered this.
So we have 2 heads of cauliflower because I'm going to be making cauliflower rice.
I have no problem with that. Cauliflower is a good choice here. She hasn't got all bad choices. It's just what she does with it, you know? I made a cauliflower and broccoli cheese the other day and it was delicious, and I'll probably make another one. Cauliflower is a really good choice here. Will fill her up and will be better than white carbs. Again, when we look at Salah's grocery, I do wonder whether she's going to stay away from carbs, but we'll see.
And probably some cauliflower with cheese. I love that, baked. Okay, and I'll start at the back. Then we have a big bag of frozen strawberries with no sugar added. And the strawberries I just plan on eating defrosted, maybe with some plain yogurt or just on the side.
She said that last time and she ended up making a crumble with her frozen berries. So, I'm not sure. Frozen strawberries are fine. I don't like... There's always a freezer texture to them after they're defrosted. They just taste different. I love fresh strawberries. I don't love frozen ones. But if you're putting them into a crumble or something like that, it's not the end of the world. Lulu's does some good deals on strawberries though, and just recently they've been doing a lot. Obviously it might be different in Kuwait. I think I might have gone for fresh here, but again, that's just a preference thing.
Berries are apparently healthier fruit.
They're generally lower sugar if there's no added sugar in these. I have to check the brand.
When you're trying not to eat too much sugar. And then we have mayonnaise. It was on special, so you get 2 for a lower price. So some mayonnaise, and we like this one. We have some tuna and water. So I love tuna. I go through a lot of tuna. I love just eating it.
I wonder how many meals she's going to make with tuna over the next few days. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good choice. It's packed in water. So many of them are packed in oil here. So, you know, it's good that she's thought of it. I don't know. She should double check how much salt is in it. But again, not the worst choice.
Plain with a bit of mayo and mustard. And I'll probably eat that also in some salad or something like that. So we've
got 2 plans for meals. We've got berries with yogurts. We've got tuna salad. Okay.
I have 6 packs of tuna and water. We have some ginger.
I've been putting that in my
is just
tea
good for
recently.
like recipes and also to make like a tea for stomach issues. And I heard it also helps like to lower blood pressure. So we also have some sweet potatoes. I'm probably gonna just eat like half at a time.
I don't believe that. I don't think she's going to sit there and do half a sweet potato. And because she'll cook the whole potato, obviously, anyone would. But she doesn't have much self-control when things are there. So she'll show half, then she'll get hungry and she'll eat the other half because it's there, because it's easily accessible. One of the first things I learned when I was making serious attempts at dieting is if I can't eat it or if I shouldn't eat it, I can't have it around. I just can't. Because anything I buy, I'm going to put in my face. And it took a long time for me to really accept that, because when you want stuff, you will convince yourself that it's going to be fine, which is what I think she's done here. And you're like, no, it's okay. I'll just have one a day. No, it's okay. I'll use it for this. And then you end up just shoving it all in your face. And she is 100% going to do that with these. I did look it up though, because I was like, sweet potatoes, they're sweeter. Wouldn't they be worse than white potatoes or not? And I looked it up. They've got about the same amount of carbs in. Sweet potatoes have slightly more fiber in them, so they're slightly lower on the glycemic index, but there's not a lot of difference in it. And without controlling the rest of her diet so that she's in a good place with her numbers, it probably would just be better to not include them for now.
And we have some pumpkin. Now pumpkin apparently
we've got the Google.
Lower on the glycemic index, and I'm gonna roast it and make a pumpkin soup.
I don't have problem with a vegetable soup, yeah? Pumpkins, I've actually got no idea. She says it's lower on the glycemic index. Whenever she shows this, she just Googles, can you eat whatever? And we get the first thing that Google presents on the top of the search. She doesn't even go in and read the article. I would say though, generally, the reason a lot of vegetables don't tend to be a problem is because the bulk and the fiber of them helps you to digest them slower. So I'm guessing when you whiz them up for soup, like it's just like juicing an orange, you know? Orange juice is kind of worse for you than a whole orange because it just means that all the stuff in it hits you faster. I don't think she needs to worry too much about a vegetable soup, but it's something to consider. Like there are so many nice green vegetables. There are so many lower sugar vegetables. Why are these the 2 you've chosen?
We have a variety of like hot peppers, fresh hot peppers. I like just like roasting them on the element for like a couple seconds each on high heat and then eating them just like that or just raw. I love peppers. We have here 4, these were pretty expensive.
They are. We have this brand in my Lulu's. I'm guessing she got this. Yeah, you can see Lulu's in the chicken next to it. They've just brought this in because they had a range of like Wagyu beef products, and this stuff is expensive. They do sell burger patties, even imported ones, because Australia and New Zealand, they tend to be slightly higher quality than the local ones. Why not just get burger patties that are a bit cheaper? You don't have to. I think she thinks it more expensive, more better in terms of quality. But one thing that concerns me about this whole haul is that she seems to be cherry picking bits and pieces of information from lots of different schools of thought on dieting. And this shows that she's been Googling and she's been trying to justify what she wants to do. So she's got a vague idea of no low carb, which is fair. I need to reduce my sugars, I will go lower carb. So she's got beef and she's got cheese and she's got fats and she's got things like that. And then she's got that idea she always comes up against, which is, vegetables and vegan stuff and all natural, vibrational foods. And those two things don't always go well together. But the vegetables that are totally fine to have on a lower carb diet, she doesn't have a lot of them here. Now, the cauliflower is a good start, but there are vegetables available that would be better for her here that would suit that lifestyle better. Because the problem with keeping your carbs a little too high is that if you're going to go for a low carb diet, you're never going to get into the state you need to be for it to do you good. And she does have those other health concerns. She does have high blood pressure. She does have an enlarged heart. She does have liver problems. She doesn't have a gallbladder to help her process fats. And this is why she really needs, and I know I said this a lot in my last react, she really needs a doctor's and a dietitian's help with this. Because Chantal herself is far too easily influenced. And so she'll see something that looks shiny and kind of pseudoscience makes sense. And she'll be like, this is the answer. Look at this person with all their muscles. This feeds into exactly what I want to believe, and therefore it must be true. It's a fact universally acknowledged that Chantal's critical analysis skills are not her strongest attribute. And I don't mean that just to throw stones. I mean that when it comes to synthesizing a whole load of information provided by a ton of charlatans, a ton of people who are trying to sell you the next vitamin program, or a ton of people who want you to join their course. Like, misinformation can be hard to wade through, particularly within the food space. And she would be better going to somebody trained who can filter through it. Now, every doctor is not perfect. Not everybody subscribes, even with that training, to the same ideas. And one of the problems that is quite a genuine problem for her is that even some official sources are very slow to adapt their suggestions to newer research in nutrition. So when you go onto some official websites where you would expect the information to be good, they're not always reliable. So go to a person who has to keep up to date with these things. Go to a person who will do professional development through their career, who will be more up to date to stuff, who will be following the latest research, and have them help you. Because what she's doing right now isn't going to achieve what she's hoping it's going to achieve. And that's even without the trolling. Like, she's trying to troll us, she's trolling herself. But even without that, that is true. She's saying right here, grass-fed meats are higher in vitamins. Vitamins are not your problem. Like, the general argument of less processed, better cared for animals, better quality meat, yes, I'm with you. But vitamins are not your problem.
But these are grass-fed Australian beef. Usually the beef here is imported from Australia or New Zealand.
We get a lot from Pakistan as well, which tends to be a little cheaper than this.
Yeah, I had to think New Zealand.
Kuwait, yeah, we have local as well. Like, I won't usually buy local lamb. I don't know if it's because they grow up in this climate, but the taste is so much stronger and gamier, so I tend to buy imported lamb. But the beef and things, I won't. And actually, to save money, what I'll tend to do is, in my fridge right now, because I'm making a stew later, I bought one package of, like, imported beef. I think it was Australian. And I bought one package of buffalo cubes, which is a cheaper alternative to beef that I think was Pakistani. And I put half and half in a container and mix them up so that I can have some of the leaner, higher protein, but I can have the mouthfeel, the enjoyment, the flavor of the different beef, because that one will be slightly fattier and will be better in the stew. So that can be a way to maybe cut a little bit of the fat content, still get the protein and still get a good experience. Again, not really the point of this, but just for your information, I suppose. I'm going to be cooking it after this.
So I got 4 grass-fed. They're pretty big, actually.
They are.
So 4 grass-fed burgers. These are just for me. Salah likes ground lamb, so I do have some of that in the freezer for him.
Was that the ground lamb she bought that was going grey because it was expired?
So my cat is so curious what's going on. Are you
Having around all
excited
the
because of all the
food.
bags?
Oh, Julia, my cat's so curious. She loves me so much. And the cat just jumps away, like, get away from me. Cat's not happy.
So yeah, I really, really like ground beef these days. I don't know. Reminds me of like having a burger.
That's because it's a burger. Reminds me of a burger, but because it is.
Got 2 frozen chickens. I love roasted chicken. You eat the breast. I eat the breast and Salah eats the legs. Works out perfect. There was an offer on the shredded cheddar. So we have some shredded cheddar. And I'm actually planning on combining it with this cream. It's a smaller cream than I thought it would be.
Chantal, spoiler alert, you can make a cheese sauce with milk, my darling. Use milk and then don't put your heart under even more pressure clogging it with cream. And I know, keto, cream, but you've got enough other stuff there that you're not going to be hitting really low carb.
But this is just heavy cream, and maybe just use a few tablespoons with some cheddar to make like a cheese sauce without flour, and just pour it on top of like cauliflower or vegetables. And we have some keto chocolate.
I bet that chocolate bar was so expensive. You don't see very many keto products here, but there are a few, and there's a few like protein bars and stuff that get imported. They're always really expensive. There is a local, and they're not usually that low sugar, to be honest. There is I don't think it's a local brand, but it's imported and it's much more widely available. It's the sweetener brand. Is it Candriel? Something like that. I think it's a Western brand. But they have a no sugar chocolate or a low sugar chocolate or something like that, which really isn't too bad on the carbs at all. And it will be way cheaper than that brand.
Because dark chocolate with no sugar added is actually pretty healthy. I can't remember what the name of the ingredients in dark chocolate like.
Improves blood sugar levels. Chantal wants to eat keto chocolate to improve her blood sugar. If only there were other ways to achieve this, but no, it's been forced upon her. She'll have to eat the chocolate.
Cocoa is, that makes it so healthy, but
I am interested as to the stats on this chocolate bar. Hang on. Oh, Carrefour Kuwait. There we go. Keto pint. Oh, she must have gone to Carrefour then. Oh, check me out. Should have trusted my instincts. 2.1 Kuwaiti dinar for an 85 gram bar. There's a whole keto range. I could see that going wrong for her. 27 grams. A third of the bar is 100 calories. 10 grams of fat, 6.4% of saturated fats, 15 grams of carbs, of which net carbs are 1, dietary fiber is 3. And then the total sugar alcohols is 11. So stats aren't terrible, but there is no way she's going to be able to stop at a third of a bar. I'm sorry, just knowing what her eating habits are like, knowing what my eating habits are like, we've got a very similar mindset. There's no way she's going to have a third of a bar and just leave it. Okay, I have gotten distracted with this, sorry.
I'm gonna have like maybe a square here and there, try to make this last.
No way, I don't believe it.
This, a pink Himalayan salt, I got a huge thing of it because, you know, you guys said that it is healthier than table salt, so.
Healthier in what way? Healthier if you've got a high sodium diet? Maybe, it could be. I know generally speaking because of like the minerals and stuff, it's considered a healthier version of salt, but shouldn't she just be reducing salt in her diet? Like, just don't add it to things? I know it makes food bland, but don't add it to things, because, like, there'll be salt in the cheese, and she's about to show us this feta alternative, which is going to be very salty. I've tried this brand.
I'm going to use that on my cooking. We have some Greek feta cheese cubes, which salads, snack, anything like that. So we have some low-fat cottage cheese. That's the only thing I could find was the low-fat.
13 grams protein, 2% milk fat. Doesn't tell us anymore on the top. I'm not looking out.
I'm really liking cottage cheese these days. I used to like not.
Cottage cheese is nice. It can be nice. You get it flavored in the UK. It can be sweet or it can be savory. But again, the amount of fat she takes in her diet is a little bit concerning, and unless she's being very strictly keto, adding all this cheese in is not going to help her.
I don't like it at all growing up, but I really like it these days. So I have 2 cans of chopped tomatoes to add to soups or whatever. And yeah, I think that's about it for my...
What meal is she going to make with this? I guess we've got cauliflower cheese, okay. We've got yogurt and berries, okay. Maybe cottage cheese can be a breakfast as well with some of those berries. We've got roast chicken at least once or twice. We've got a burger. Say she has a couple of burgers. And a soup. What's she having on the side of the burger? And she probably won't have the burgers without the patties. So not the patties, the buns. So is she just not showing us the bread? This is the problem with Chantal's shopping. She never seems to shop. She has a single idea in mind, but no ideas of how it's going to fit together.
My side of the grocery haul. So I'll be back and I'll show you Salah's... I'll show you Salah, what I got for Salah. He just was pretty much out of sweets, out of snacks.
How convenient. All the stuff that you shouldn't be eating, Salah just happened to want.
And he doesn't have diabetes or a weight problem, so he can eat junk food.
He can, but knowing that you struggle with it so much, why would he not say, okay, you know what? If I want it, I'll go out the house. He's got no problem leaving you in the house other times.
Because he doesn't go overboard. Honestly, chocolate bars, if I'm not eating them, will last him forever. So I'll show you all the junk food he got. You might think it's tempting to have in the house,
yes,
but I really have to just really, really try to...
Yeah, but that's not your strength, is it? So instead of tempting yourself with these, keep it out of the house until you're in a stronger and more established position. That would seem like a much better idea. But much more likely, I used to do this thing when I was getting to a wobbly part of dieting, right? Where I'd be really strong for a while and then maybe I'd be craving and I'd start this really weird habit. And I can't explain it to you, but I would do this thing where instead of avoiding the aisles in the supermarket in the center where all the nice stuff is, I would start walking them when things were just getting a bit shaky. And I'd have a day or two where I'd walk, I'd look at the stuff and I'd be like, no, I'm making a good decision. I'm not going to buy them. And then after 2 or 3 days of that, I'd break and I'd buy something. You know, you start looking at the back of packets, justifying if you can fit it into your diet. And then you buy something and you tell yourself, no, I'm only going to eat one because by hook or by crook, you want it in your house. And then when inevitably late one night you binge on it, it's really not a shock to you and you start the whole cycle again. You know, this is what I feel has happened here. She wants an excuse for it to be in the house. Salah is that excuse. And she has said when she binges, she will eat anything. She will eat the salad dressing. She will eat anything she can find. When she water fasted, her stomach hurt and she went and ate noodles because it was the only thing she had. What happened to the pack of 14 croissants, I'm not sure. But, you know, it was the only thing she had, so she ate it. She's going to get to the evening of this haul and she's going to eat 6 of those chocolate bars.
Exercise some kind of willpower because, you know, that's how it goes.
Or clear it out and then you don't need to exercise any willpower.
Most people in my life don't have the same issues as me and I have to be around them eating normal. So, you know.
You don't have to be. Salah doesn't eat with you. Most of the time, Salah doesn't eat with you. You don't have to be. Or have in his room, have a little mini fridge and put all his snacks on there and put a lock on it. And then you don't get to go in his room because you and I both know you don't get to go in his room. So just do that and then it's not accessible to you. But that wouldn't really solve your problem, would it? Because what you wanted was it in the cupboard and whoops, I was just weak, guys. I'm not perfect. How dare you expect perfection for me? There was nothing I could have done to help myself in this situation. I have binge eating disorder. How dare you judge me? How dare you shame me for my failure? People fail. We're going to get all of this.
But yeah, he asked me if I minded. You know, he was like, oh no, I probably shouldn't get that. And I thought...
Yeah, because he can make that decision and it's not a big deal for him because he doesn't have your problems and he doesn't think of snacks the way you do.
But you know what? Yes, you can. That's fine. So, One thing I didn't get, because I don't have much self-control over though, is a huge family-sized bag of wisps. Those are...
See guys, I'm better than I was. I didn't get this giant bag. This is all Salah's. There's a lot of justification here. And look. Give me congratulations. I didn't get the wisps.
Parmesan crisps. I could eat the whole bag in one shot, so I didn't get them. But yeah, this is my health haul. So I'm going to be making a lot of soups.
You've got 2 pumpkins. It's not going to be a lot of soup. It's going to be 1 batch of soup if you make it.
And meals with this kind of food. So
I like to roast those pumpkins and then put eggs on top.
Alright, so
This mess. What the hell is this? All the juice. She likes to drink juice as well. I know he does. Reese's hazelnut dairy milk. That sounds very nice. I did start my cycle yesterday and I want all the sweets, and this is why I don't have stuff in the house. Dairy milk bubbly, a 2-for-1 on flakes. Like, there's a massive thing of rice, like she's not gonna eat it. You see the hot dog buns back there? Like, this is not gonna end well. This is gonna end exactly as she wants, but not well.
I have here the final bit of groceries for this order. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 juices.
And funnily enough, and this is exactly the thinking she will have, look at the flavors on those juices. Pomegranate, raspberry, strawberry, and pomegranate again. So there's 3 flavors. All of those are either pomegranate, very healthy for you, or raspberry, strawberry, lower sugar berries. Now that's not going to apply to this juice crap. When it comes to her drinking it, she has bought this because she knows it's going to go down her throat. And so she's chosen what people have told her are lower sugar berries. But that's talking about the berries in their natural form, not the processed juices. But that is the reason these flavors are here.
Some pomegranate, strawberry, raspberry. We have a lot of juice usually because Salah loves juice every day. And, when he has his friends over, they like to drink some.
When has he ever had friends over to this apartment? When has she even talked about having friends over to this apartment? It's very rare.
And we also have these for guests and for Salah. You guys can count them like you did last time, feel free.
I don't see the point, but I will say, number 1, when we saw her whole table of snacks, that is the thing. I have been to people, and my friend who worked in my old school, she was Egyptian and she was one of the PE teachers. And whenever you went into her house, she had snacks on her living room table. And it was, but it was things like, you can buy them in the supermarkets. They're little tubs of arranged like Arabic sweets and like some nuts. It's not this, but when you get like Bombay mix and things, that kind of thing, it doesn't have to all be chocolate bars because it's hot. Things melt. So you put things out that can just be covered and available for people. That's why wafers are so popular here, because the filling is inside, but it doesn't get sticky or melty when the heat is up. She has chosen chocolate because just like in the very first apartment, she's going to sit there and mainline the chocolate bars because this is what she wants.
So we have 2 packs of Reese's, some Dairy Milk hazelnut bars, some Dairy Milk...
Oh, I didn't realize there were 2 there.
Milk bubbly, and some Cadbury flake.
Okay, I don't know how many Cadbury flakes are in those bags, but she's got 2 bags. There's 10 Dairy Milk bubbly bars. If she's got 2 of everything. So there's 10 of the hazelnut, and there's 2 packages of, there's 3 packages in each bag of Reese's Pieces, and there's 3 big Reese's Pieces cups in each sleeve. So if Salah doesn't eat chocolate that much, if chocolate can last him forever, why would you not get more savory snacks for guests, or even some Arabic sweets that you maybe won't go as crazy on, and even if you do, maybe wouldn't hit you as hard as the chocolate? Maybe you could have some nuts out, maybe you could have some other things, and then you don't have to have this. Because if Salah can last a long time on a little chocolate, get one of those boxes and leave the rest. And why are these all, like, again, you can give your guests anything, but I don't believe they're for guests. If you were keeping something for guests, I would get like, the Celebrations or Quality Street, the tubs where they're little minis and you take them. That makes a lot more sense for guests, because all these are like full-size chocolate bars. Like, there's no way it's for the purpose she's saying. It's just her excuse to have them.
I know you guys don't believe me, but I'm
I don't
really
believe you at all.
gonna stay away from these. I mean,
Lies.
yeah,
Lies and
that's
slander.
definitely a no-no. I know I had the mashed potato, but other than that, I'm staying away, especially from this kind of sugar.
No, you're not. You're putting it on your table so you can see it every day. And the first night you have even a slight craving, your binge eating disorder, oh guys, how dare you judge me? I can't help it.
Okay, so we have 5 kilos of long grain basmati because Salah likes rice with almost everything. And just a 6-pack of hot dogs and some rolls.
I'm sure this will end well.
That's it for this.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it for this. Just a quick haul. I'm sorry I'm not showing myself on camera. I didn't feel like getting dressed up and ready and, you know, covering myself completely and just worrying about what I look like to go on camera, etc., etc. So I just didn't feel like it.
I don't care about that. She doesn't need to be on camera for this.
Being on camera. But I will show you guys in different videos things I make with these groceries.
There aren't that many things you can make, my love. Not really.
The first part you saw again is my groceries, and
Definitely
I'm
separate.
going to be making, try to make healthy meals with it and smaller meals and try to stretch the food more. Of course, whenever you don't binge on groceries, they last a lot longer, of course.
Of course. Good thing I've got Salah's chocolates and I'm not going to eat them, right?
And so yeah, you guys know I struggle with that, but that's kind of why I bought the sweet potatoes, because I actually do love sweet potato. I never used to, but I love sweet potato with some butter and salt and pepper. So if I really...
So sweet potato, which are not that much better on the glycemic index, and some extra fat and some extra salt. Is it better than a Dairy Milk Bubbly? Yes. Is it necessarily going to help you?
I want something sweet but that has a lot of fiber and vitamins. I will have half of a sweet potato. I won't eat the whole thing because I know they still have sugar, but hey, it's better than this stuff, you know.
Yep. So why is this stuff here?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
I
Does make sense.
prefer
to me,
salty
but-
snacks anyway.
We remember you dipping chocolate bars into marshmallow fluff. We remember the 50 lokmas. Don't you tell me you do like salty snacks. You fucking love sugar as well. You love it all.
You know, quite honestly. But yeah, this is not just all for Salah. It's, you know, like I said, when he has company.
He barely likes to eat with her when they're alone. You cannot tell me he's bringing people back.
You know, men have something here culturally called diawania. They have gatherings.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
they get together.
That is true. And one of the reasons he goes out the house might be to go to his friends. But you cannot tell me that he brings people over.
And they smoke shisha sometimes, and they just discuss things, you know, whatever, business, stuff like that.
She has no idea what happens at these things.
And they
The
have
businessmen,
tea,
they do
have
business
juice,
things.
They have nuts and seeds. They have
So tea, nuts, seeds, where are these things?
chocolates, you know, just, I usually prepare some kind of...
You don't have these kind of chocolate. Okay, there's a ton of fancy chocolate shops. And you can also get a ton of, even at a lower price point, what they are, they're just like foil wrapped and they come in a little arrangement on a plate. Yeah, those are the kind of chocolates you put out for guests, not like a pack of flakes.
Right, I can show you guys one of these days if you want how to kind of prepare for diawania. Sometimes people order food. It just depends, but it's always nice to have extra things on hand for when you do have company, because here, you know,
But if you have company,
company is kind of impromptu. Like you could go from being alone to, you know, somebody just stopping by on the whim, you know, and for a hangout, whatever. So
what, Chantal and her circle of many friends.
yeah, that's about it, I guess. I just wanted to show you guys this little grocery haul. Not too much. Everything total was 34 KD. So 34.
I bet when you look at that price, like, yes, the keto stuff was expensive, like, so that brings it down to 30, but what we're seeing in front of us now, all this sugary crap, is going to be the majority of that cost. Because actual decent food isn't that bad there. So the burgers, she could have got a local one and got it a lot cheaper. Again, £87 for an actual grocery haul that has meals in it. Not so bad for the area. But the money would have been spent on the keto chocolate, on the Australian beef burgers so that they have more vitamins, and would have been mostly the juices and the chocolate, because that stuff adds up.
KD 100 fills. So I will put conversion somewhere. Block all the chocolate with the conversion.
No, it's funny. It definitely won't kill you. It's funny.
And yeah, we'll do that here for, to show you guys comparison wise how much everything costs. Now the groceries are not super cheap. Some things are, like you've seen before, when they have really good sales.
You can get really good offers on fruits and vegetables, like fresh fruit and veg. If they're not imported from the other side of the world, if you get reasonably local within GCC, can be very cheap, and it's very easy to eat healthily.
I've heard people say that those sales are just for, like, quote unquote low income poor people.
I think there was some talk about the supermarket being some kind of co-op run by the government, and so the groceries were a little bit cheaper or more accessible to everybody. I'm not sure as to the truth, but I am sure that she is really, really sensitive about the idea that she might be low on money.
That's not true. It's for anybody. Anybody can buy it, So, other than that, yeah, I'll put the conversion. And I guess that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that's that bit of trolling, and I have no doubt we're going to see a video quite soon where she admits that all the stuff is gone, or we notice that she does another grocery haul because I've got nothing left, and no explanation as to where that 20-ish chocolate bars went. Okay, everybody, I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to go make my stew. I'm going to edit this down. I do have some report comments to write, and I might be busy the next week writing those. They are due in a week or two, but I will do my best to try and keep uploads regular, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.